In this video I will be demonstrating a wire-wrapped tumble stone with a tree of life. This design is suitable for any shape of tumbled stone. I will be wrapping this rather oddly shaped black tourmaline. I could have chosen a more regular shaped stone, but I wanted to show that this design will work even on irregular shapes. I have 3 base wires for 20 gauge round copper. For this size of stone they are 8 inches or 20.5 centimeters. To wrap the wires together, use any weaving wire that you have. This is good for using up offcuts from other projects. Start wrapping in the middle of the base wires. Wrap twice around one wire. Add the second wire below the first and wrap twice around both wires. Place the third wire above the others and wrap twice around the 2 upper wires. Wrap twice around the 2 lower wires. Wrap a couple of times around just the middle wire. Remove the excess weaving wire. The next set of weaves will be approximately halfway up the side of the stone. The first set of weaves will sit at the bottom of the stone, and you can use your piece of wire to gauge roughly how far away the side weaves will need to be. You do not need to be precise, as you can adjust the position of the weaves by sliding them up and down the base wires. Use the exact same weaving pattern as before. The next set of weaves will be just short of the top of the stone. Turn the base wires around to add the side and top weaves for the other side of the stone. As you will have noticed by turning the wires, the pattern is now upside down, so to keep the weaving the same, we will reverse the weave. Wrap twice around the middle wire. Wrap twice around the two upper wires. Wrap twice around the two lower wires. Wrap twice around the two upper wires. Wrap a couple of times around the middle wire. The top wire will be the wire with one set of weaves, and the bottom wire will be the wire with two sets of weaves. As we wrap the stone, make sure that the top wire is towards what will be the front of the pendant. Start shaping the wires around the stone with the centre weave at the bottom of the stone. You can adjust any of the weaves by sliding them up or down the base wires. I am using some painter's tape to hold the frame together while I make final adjustments. I am using some more tape to hold the stone in position. The wires should sit around the middle of the stone. Bend the bottom wires over the back of the stone. Bend them enough so that they will hold the back of the stone. Please feel free to use pliers to protect your nails. Bend the top wire slightly to create a gap between the middle and top wire. The front wire isn't for holding the front of the stone, so you don't need to bend them much. Remove the tape. These wires will be used to create the bail. Separate the middle wires on both sides. Cross the middle wires over each other at the top of the stone. Bring the rest of the wires back together. Wrap the middle wires around the rest of the wires, bending them back to the front. Trim the middle wires short and tuck the cut ends underneath. The stone should now be secure at the back but still loose at the front. For the tree I am using 16 5-inch lengths of 28 gauge wire. I have separated the wires into 2 groups of 8. At the 3-inch mark I twist the 2 sets of wires together to create the trunk. The shorter wires will be the roots. Separate each of the sections into groups of 4 and twist them together a couple of times. Separate each section into pairs and twist them together a couple of times. Separate each pair into single wires and twist them together. I create the tree branches in the same way, but with adding an extra twist each time. You might find it helpful to use some tape just to hold the tree in position just to attach the first few wires. I start with the outer root wires. Take each wire and thread it under the top base wire. If you struggle getting the wire under, just gently lift up the base wire to make a small gap between the wire and the stone. Secure the tree wire by wrapping it a couple of times around the base wire. I am now going to attach the top branches to the frame in the same way. Attach the rest of the branches, spacing them around the frame. To keep the branch wires from moving around the frame, coil the wire multiple times around the frame wire to fill up the space between where the branches are attached. Attach the rest of the root wires to the frame. The tree is attached but not looking very natural. I am using my pliers to create bends in the twisted wires to make my tree look old and gnarly. When you are happy with your tree, you can remove the excess wires. Either use flush cutters or you can rotate the wires until they snap off under the base wire. Make sure that you can't feel any wire ends when you are done. Now to make the bail. Adjust the wires so that they are sitting next to each other. Take a length of your preferred gauge of weaving wire. I am using 30 gauge. Wrap twice around the 2 middle wires. Wrap twice around the 2 lower wires. Wrap twice around the 2 middle wires. Wrap twice around the 2 upper wires. Wrap twice around the 2 lower wires and repeat the pattern. From the top of the middle wire to the end of the weaving is 3/4 of an inch. Finish the weaving by wrapping twice around the 2 middle wires and twice around one of the middle wires and cutting off the excess. I am using this small screwdriver to help shape the bail. Bend the woven wires to create the bail, bringing the outer unwoven wires to the front. At the front, cross the wires over each other. Trim the back wires short and make a small loop with the cut ends. I will be coiling the front wires. Start by making a small loop at the end of the wire. Cut off a tiny bit from the end. Continue forming the loop. Switch to pliers with a flat nose and continue coiling the wire. Position the coil in front of the bail. Repeat with the other wire. Thank you for viewing. If you found this video useful, please leave a like and maybe a comment and consider subscribing. You will really be helping my channel. Please join me for my next video.